If you asked me to describe my dream body, I'd probably say an hourglass shape with muscle definition and of course, abs. I struggled with this for a really long time, thinking that I had to lose weight in order to look that way. The truth is that I fell for a lot of the misconceptions in the fitness industry and I simply didn't know any better. For the past 5 years, I have been learning about nutrition and training, testing a lot of it on myself to see what actually works. In this video, I'm going to share what I focused on to finally fix my skinny fat physique. Skinny fat can come in various degrees, but it's essentially the presence of extra body fat and the lack of muscle. For me, I had to stop focusing on weight loss so much and start prioritizing muscle gain instead. Let's focus on proper nutrition first, as I feel like many of us struggle with this the most. I realized that you don't need any drastic changes or special products and that there really isn't a magic solution out there. It came down to two things. One, consuming enough protein in my diet, and two, eating slightly less. How much less? About 200 calories less per day. What that actually looks like, it could be 2 tablespoons of olive oil, or 2 pieces of bread, or a bottle of Coke. I see it a bit like when you're trying to save money and you eliminate unnecessary expenses with food. That could look like replacing certain ones with lower calorie options or simply eating smaller portions. Now, you could log everything into MyFitnessPal, or you could focus on balancing your meals and eating reasonable portions. I like to load half of my plate with vegetables because they're high in fiber. I find that they keep my blood sugar under check, preventing any cravings, and they also help me feel fuller for longer. Then a quarter of my plate would be carbs, and these are great to fuel my workouts and they taste delicious. The other quarter of my plate is then filled with lean protein, which is the building block for muscle and also keeps me satiated for longer, plus some healthy fats to help absorb important vitamins. Eating balanced meals was a game changer for me and really helped control my cravings. Now when I have a meal, I feel satisfied at the end and I no longer think about food until my next meal. I also like to drink a glass of water with each meal and eat at regular times. And because I'm only eating slightly less, I don't feel like I'm starving at the end of the day, but just simply feel a little bit lighter. And just doing this over time helped me decrease my body fat percentage and my muscles started to show a little bit more. The next step was to build muscle in the right places to create that hourglass shape. And the best way to build muscle is to focus on resistance training and prioritize compound movements such as the squat, lunges, or deadlifts. For my girls that love to work out from home, you can watch this video where I go over the progress that you can expect working out from home versus the gym. The most important thing to mention is that building muscle is a really slow process. So when you're trying to lose weight, you can healthily lose about 1% of your body weight per week, which for me, for example, would be about 5 pounds per month. When it comes to building muscle, however, women can only build about 1 pound of muscle per month, and that's if your training is optimized. In my experience, a more realistic goal would be about 0.5 pound per month, especially because most of us aren't professional athletes and have other responsibilities. Additionally, you can expect much faster growth in the beginning because you'll be going through something called newbie gains, and then much slower progress every year after that. When it comes to weight training, there's definitely a learning curve when you start. You're going to need to learn the different exercises and how to perform them correctly, so give yourself some time to get used to it. To help you out, I do have a couple of videos on my channel that walk you through an entire workout and give you the cues to focus on to properly execute each exercise. So in order to see a difference, you need to follow a structured program for a minimum of 6 to 12 weeks. And I feel like it's really important to set this kind of expectations in order for you not to get discouraged. While you want to train hard, it is also important to prioritize recovery so that you can stick to your training schedule. This is where too much cardio can impact your recovery and predispose you to injuries. If you want to learn more about how to use cardio for weight loss, I'll invite you to watch this next video.